Yeah, yeah, yeah. Black African power. What's good? What's happening? A well organized lie. A well organized lie defeats a disorganized truth every time. Woo-hoo wee, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's God killing a house. And I'm coming to do what I got to do. And I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm standing tall. I'm standing strong. Hey, look, man, we got a special show tonight, man. Community skeptics on deck, man. Man, y'all know what it is, man. It's Woman History Month, man. And it's the gift that keeps giving. Man. You know, we be having a lot of powerful shows, man. A lot of great shows. We had Chinese American on, kicking straight up Egyptology at the levels that 2024 can bring. Okay. Uh, we had Kara, Egyptologist, Dr. Kara, right? Kicking it at high levels that were so high, right? That people didn't even understand what she was saying. That's how high that level was, right? But we was waiting for this moment, right? Let's let the Afrocentrics weigh in. We're not just talking about the Afrocentrics that are actually just novice, such as myself, right? We want to always have conversations where we can hear the experts weigh in on subjects matter. Simple as that. These are the moments where we learn, and it's important to have beautiful Black sisters weigh into the conversation. So this is a special month for women all around, and specifically the Black woman. This is a great month, and so I just want to bring to you a special Black woman, right? The organization she put together, right? We just want to detail her for a minute. We just want everybody to see her work, see what she has put together, and I think y'all be surprised just looking at some of the things that she has brought forth, right? So we got man, hey, Sister Juju, Pseudo Kill Official. What's good? What's happening? Can't hear you on mute, you on mute, you on mute. Mute.
Yeah, what up, Bobby Banger? Peace to the chat. Everything good. Living life till the wheels fall off. That's the motto for 2024.
Hey, man, it's that Black History, no.
Women's History Month.
Women History Month, but I
Yeah,
only deal with Black women, so
that's
excuse
all
me.
good.
Right. So yeah, man, I think this show was important to have y'all, just showcase that, right?
Right.
You having long conversations, man. Excellent discourse, at least for me and our Discord. By the
Okay.
time it get outside there, it get borderline ridiculous and bananas. But that's part of what it is. That's part of the business, man. So appreciate you coming through and kind of, talking about Dr. Deborah, right? Well, she's a PhD candidate,
Dr.
right?
Deborah Hurd, she's a PhD candidate. Yeah, but her
All right.
resume is something out of this world. You feel me? Her
All right.
credentials almost, are far reaching than most PhD candidates I've read about.
I think the
Um,
most spectacular thing is the group of women she brought along with her and brothers,
correct.
but
Which
just
are
the women.
PhDs. A lot of them are though.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
um,
Okay. All
but
right.
she leads in societies and other things that you normally would see a PhD in. But
Yeah.
being a candidate, that just shows, um, that just shows her record all around and her experience,
Mhm.
per se. So
All right. Hey, what's going on, Miss Tiff, the Black Widow?
yeah, Lady
What's
Killers
good?
in the building.
Lady
Hey,
Killers in the building. What's good?
I'm
What's
chilling.
happening? What's up with you? How you
I'm
doing?
chilling.
Mm-hmm.
Look forward to a good show.
Hmm.
And yeah, happy to be here.
Y'all got that long range sniper rifle.
Long range sniper rifle? Is that what you
It's
I
a
got a
long.
machete, Bobby. I
Oh,
like to
you
get up and
close up.
close. Yeah, I like to get up close and personal.
I mean, there's Walking Dead amongst us.
Yeah,
You
good
got to
old
put them out
rival.
their misery.
His BOA.
It's got to be headshots. We'll
Mhm.
definitely deliver that, with the great, The great stuff, man. So who gonna start it off first, man? We know it's ladies first, right? But I want to push this button real fast right here. I want y'all to, it's my favorite website, and I use it all the time. And people act like, we don't use it all the time. Then they act like it's saying something it don't say. Then they make up a whole lot of stuff. But actually, one of the teams that Dr. Deborah is actually on, and they help produce this website right here. This is my favorite website. I always tell people, go ahead and read this great one, African Dimensions and Egyptian Origins. You should read that, right? Very well put together. The Green Sahara, okay, affiliates, recent research. You should read all these things. Was ancient Egyptian, African. You'll see certain things actually missing from that. You don't hear them talking about other things, but in this particular community, they're rabid with that conversation. Collective members, and you'll actually see she's actually a collective member. Look at this. Miss Dr. Ashby, she's on here. Vanessa Davies, right? And we're highlighting Deborah Hurd right here, right? Highlight her. And then one of my first, Samantha Kiata. Hold on. Samarka Kiata. Did I say that right?
Samarka Omar. Yeah, Kiata. Y'all know.
Yeah. So, we big up in her right here, right?
Yeah, Deborah Hurd.
Yeah, we're gonna. But yeah, get the website. We're gonna drop the link in here. I want y'all to read the whole website and see what you see. Great work. Well fashioned. And yeah, so I want y'all to just I've been on this for a while, right?
Yeah, you're the first person I've ever heard mention it. Ever.
Yeah. And then people came in here and act like they didn't say what to say. So this area right here looks like down there near Khartoum. It's looking like this to me. Down this area. Yep, that's Khartoum. Yeah, you know why I noticed Khartoum? Because you start seeing the rocks.
Okay.
On the shores, right? Ain't nothing flooding there.
So is that
ain't
near
no Kim there? Ain't no
so
Kim
would that
there.
be near a rock quarry or something, Khartoum?
No, that's no. The rock bed that the river was cutting through.
Okay.
It's a special kind of rock. It wasn't like when you get further upstream where it starts. It's softer.
Okay.
Right, where it can run. You have a lot of see these cataracts. You see them rocks right in that area. Cataracts are nothing but like rapids. Areas where rocks where you just not
right. Cataracts are usually where fresh and salt water meet, and
it's not in the valley though. We're not in the valley. There's no salt water here. It's fresh water. It's
all fresh water.
River.
It's close to the ocean though.
It runs off in the delta and it hits the ocean. Juju.
Okay.
This is Khartoum. This is all the way down. This is where you find the Blue Nile and the White Nile.
Got it. Okay.
Khartoum. I'm probably saying that wrong, right?
No, you saying it right. I just don't know them. I gotta study some more on that, but I ain't finna.
Oh, we all learning in progress.
And
I think that's beautiful, right? All right, so let me get out of this, right? Just letting the room pile up a little bit. Let's see what we got in the room. How many haters do we got in the room?
No, they all seem like they're cooperating. The one hater left, I think, already.
Yeah.
Your favorite one.
Pick up the Babylon Dunn, man. He respect the true knowledge, man. I appreciate that, Babylon Dunn. You know what I mean? Appreciate that, man. I see Vanessa. What's up? What's up, Miss Bennett?
Felicia. Lisa. Just call her Lisa.
Valicia. It's not Valicia?
Yeah, you could just call her Lisa.
It's not Valicia?
Yeah.
Are we serious at this point? What's up? What's up, Miss Bennett? My name is Bennett and I ain't in it. Big up.
She always in it.
The killer. Rob Mack is in the building, man. Pseudo Killer official.
Mac Rob.
Joel. Say Rob Mack. I'm slicking it. Come on now. Tell me.
Like you
What's the name of the show? What's the name of the daggone show, Juju?
Women's History Month. So
not that one. The show you do. You're in the space age.
Our Galaxy and Beyond.
This ain't the Galaxy. Won't no music be playing in the background, ladies and gentlemen? No, sir.
Oh my God, you petty.
I only got one more joke. You gonna get me?
Not in this show, King Sosa. I saw that. We won't be in this show.
What happened? What happened?
He said he's trying to hear that freestyle, and they're gonna be in the show.
Oh, you did a freestyle for him, Miss Tiffany?
No, come on, sis, you know this.
I was supposed to say, dang, Miss Tiffany, okay.
Gideon Block, man, what's going on?
Oh boy,
Hits, what's going on?
we hilarious.
Envy, hey, what's going on? Hits, what it do, man? What it do? All AI hits, man.
Right.
See,
It's-
Kingfish is the first hate in the building, yo.
This is that guy.
Stop hating Kingfish. Look. He say, look, son, that got you looking real bad out here. See, y'all ain't supposed to be personality worshiping. Y'all supposed to be following information.
Ain't
See,
nobody
think
looking
about
bad.
it. I can only look bad if I present you bad information.
Mm-hmm.
So I can be smiling.
Mhm.
So I ain't lost yet because science is undefeated. Now, people watching may feel that way, but interesting. We're gonna see how we look at the end of the show, though. Don't teach a whistle. They was cheering in the streets in the chat, right? Yeah, I mean, but they left time on the clock.
Can I address Fisher real quick? I want to ask him
Like
one
that Super
thing.
Bowl game, like that.
They left time, Juju. They left time on the clock. Don't leave time on the clock.
Yeah, they looking like
You
them
gave me plenty of
49ers
time
right
to go
now.
down the field and score.
They look like
You
them
left me too
49ers.
much time on the clock, cheering. We
Man.
got them. We
In the
finally,
face of the Chiefs.
we finally took them down. All of us. I did them
Man,
like this. Shook them off.
yeah. I think it
Hey,
looks
shout
bad.
out to Sarnetta TV. I got nothing to say about it. Shout out
God.
to you, Sarnetta. Shout out the brother Garfield. See, Sarnetta hate that. He hate that. He hate that.
Oh God.
Yeah, that'll make Sarnetta fall out.
Let's keep it classy. Let's keep it
Yeah.
classy.
That wasn't.
No, I just want to say I think it looks bad that y'all think we look bad, but we bring the experts. But all the people that y'all admire and y'all put on the pedestal, y'all need to ask them where they experts at. That's all I'm gonna say.
Afro
Fisher.
Ninja. All right, Juju, we're gonna step. We're gonna wipe our shoes off. We're gonna step about the mud immediately.
And we got
This show,
I'll go
let
wash
me
my
turn it
feet
over.
real quick because
I would like to turn the show over to
a happy birthday shout out.
Mhm.
I must not be talking loud enough.
Kick Dolo and go ahead, say a lot of Miss
Kick
Tiffany.
Dolo. You know we got the Kick Dolo
Happy
show coming
birthday.
up after that.
Mm-hmm.
So you
Happy
need-
birthday to Kick Dolo, Kent Dolo, Kick Dolo, kick him.
And those of you who don't know who that is somebody say it.
That's
Kent Logan.
Kent Logan.
Yes, Pseudo Killer Official.
From
This
the
is the
Army.
community
He goes by the name
skeptic show.
Birthday to you too. Got two
Hold on,
birthdays.
watch this. Watch this, Miss Tiff. Look. This is the community a skeptic show.
So this is Women's History Month for men.
I don't care what.
Lisa.
I don't care what month it is. We have rules for the community a skeptic show. Why'd you put that up there just
You're
now?
doing just fine, Miss Lisa.
Thank you, Miss Lisa. That's
are
what
y'all
I'm talking about.
This thing.
Mhm. Lady Killer time. All the
Oh,
lady killers.
It's Lady Killer time. King Sosa, man. Hey, man, we're gonna play the freestyle on the next one. Oh, man. So go ahead, ladies. Turn it over to you for a minute, man. But yeah, that's Deborah. Dr. Deborah, appreciate you and appreciate the work that the people about to learn about. This one for you.
Mm-hmm.
Black
Women's
women.
History Month. It could be Black Women's History
No. I'm
Month.
reading the title. Come on. You got
Anyway.
Let me flow.
Let it go.
When you with Juju, you gotta be like this. She gonna jump in the middle of your flow. You gotta be like, ho, I got
Let
it.
it go. Let me get out the way. Let me go sit down.
No. Black women in the age of expertise, understanding Egypt in its African context. That's where we at. We got the Black Widow and Juju. Go ahead. We're here for a minute.
I'll go ahead and start off by reading Dr. Well, she is a PhD candidate.
Mhm.
For her bio. And I guess I will be sharing my screen. So I do the present button. Is that correct?
Hold on, real quick. Y'all see this?
What?
B-52 bombers in the air. All right, go ahead.
You wild.
Go ahead, Miss Tiff. You got the control.
Wow.
All right.
Mhm.
Okay, so this is from the University of Chicago, the anthropology department. So I'm just going to go over her bio.
See how I did that, Miss Tiff?
Mhm. Deborah Hurd is a PhD candidate in anthropology, specializing in the archaeology of ancient Nubia. She has also studied ancient Egyptian history and language extensively in the Egyptology section of the Department of Near Eastern Languages and Cultures. Deborah situates her research at the intersection of anthropology, archaeology, Egyptology, Nubian studies, African studies, and Africana studies. Her dissertation analyzes the inscriptions and iconography of Upper Nubian Kushite temples dedicated to the gods Amun and I'm not going to pronounce that right.
Where's that? All right, hold on. Where you at? Epetamark.
Okay, as it relates to
Epetamark.
mutual rights and
Mhm.
responsibilities of the royal family, the gods, and the people to ensure the proper functioning of the Kushite polity. Deborah has served as an intern in the Department of Egyptian and Nubian Art at the Museum of Fine Arts, Boston, at the Museum of Fine Arts, Boston, and as a curator assistant in the original installment of the Robert F. Pickin Family Nubian Gallery of the Institute of the Study of Ancient Culture, the ISAC Museum. She has performed archival and museum research at the British Museum, the Ashmolean, am I saying that right?
Yep.
Museum,
Uh-huh.
and the Griffin Institute at the University of Oxford. And she has excavated at the fourth cataract of the Nile River in Sudan as a member of the Oriental Institute Nubian Expedition. Wow, this is amazing. Two more paragraphs.
That expedition where they was trying to dig when they built that dam and was flooding it all out.
That's one.
Mhm.
Man, what an extensive bio. This is amazing.
Exactly. And
Hey,
she's still
Hey, Tip, push that button right there. I agree. Please agree to that.
Okay. All right. There we go. She is a member of several professional organizations, including the International Society of Nubian Studies, ISNS, the Sudan Archaeological Research Society, SARS, the Association of the Study of Classical African Civilizations, ASCAT. Is that the famous ASCAT?
Yes, that's ASCAT.
The Society of Black Archaeologists, SBA, the American Sudanese Archaeology Research Center, AMSARC, the Nile Valley Collective, we've all heard of that, NVC, the American Society of Overseas Research, ASAR, and the American Research Center in Egypt, ARS. Okay. Most recently, she serves as the organizer and founding member of the William Leo Hansberry Society, an organization committed to providing African descended peoples with access, opportunity, and training in the fields of ancient Nile Valley and Northeast African studies. She holds a BS in political science from Tennessee State University, a JD from Tulane Law School, an MA in African American Studies from Temple University, and
Go
a
Temple
master's
House.
in psychology from the University of Chicago. I think we need to give Miss Deborah Hurd a round of applause.
Definitely her props, bro. She's a PhD candidate, and she is that knowledgeable. Her resume is already there.
That was so impressive. Oh my goodness.
Extremely impressive.
Yeah, I want to share this website with y'all real fast. Slip in here. I want y'all to he did. Yeah, I'm up on all this. That's what I do all the time, man. And a lot of times I just let everybody just talk and talk crazy. I'm like, man, y'all talk crazy.
Mhm.
I remember being in that predicament before. I remember thinking the way you think.
Hmm.
I don't be tripping. It's just when you get disrespectful, then we get there. So right here, Society of Black Archaeologists. It belongs to right here. Y'all need to go ahead and take a look at it and see what words they're using on the site.
Goodness gracious. You
Right?
don't
And,
hurt
and
them.
see how archaeologists talk about the subject matter at the highest of levels. And understand how when you're juvenile, you say certain things certain ways. Okay? So we're not there. We raise the standard and raise the level. All right. Let me do this. I'm gonna send this to y'all. Go ahead and check this out. All right. Juju was talking about that last month. Can y'all name some black scientists? Right? Got a whole website full of them. What are y'all talking about here?
Right.
Right. And we want to see how they talk about the subject matter. I think it's important for the pseudo killer ladies, the whole 9 yards, community skeptics, man. I think it's important to have people look just like us in the field to talk about the subject matter, right? I don't think that to be the greatest thing. I think at the end of the day, having the information proper and right is the greatest thing because that's what we're actually searching for truth, right?
Right.
We want to look back, take a snapshot of history, and figure out what we can bring forward to help our community grow. Am I correct? Right? Feeling good is okay. If you can happen to feel good after getting accurate knowledge, then that's a double win. But if you don't feel good about getting the accurate knowledge, that's okay because you can actually use it in your life, though.
Right.
Worrying about getting something feeling good, then run outside and fall in your damn face. I feel good, but I don't know how to stop the car, and I just ran into the brick wall. Yeah, we don't want that. Yeah, the feel good thing is just that. It's feel good. We want the things that hopefully can make us feel good. That's secondary, how you feel, right? But there are immediate needs that our community needs, right? All right. So
Right.
so I think the crowd has slowed down a little bit because they're not getting what they thought they was getting. But if you stick around, you're getting what you thought you was getting. You're really getting what you think you're getting, but you don't know you're getting, right? Because slow it down. Go ahead, Juju. I think I put that in there, didn't I?
Well, I have it anyway.
I'll put that.
Dude, I'm gonna get sophisticated like Miss Tiffany. Can you share my screen? Yeah. So this is Deborah Hurd in the orange, but these are some other women. And Anissa is definitely has a PhD. I think actually Brother Reggie has featured her in her museum tours at one point in time. Pretty amazing. But I'm going to read about the William Hansberry Society, which Deborah Hurd is very significant.
Wait, Juju, 1 second. My fault. I apologize.
That's okay.
I just apologize. Not yet. Pull back. My fault. Don't drop it yet. We're not quite over the target area yet. Don't drop it.
But I'm sure a lot of these individuals in this society were actually there, by the way. And just so you all can see, it's lots of brown faces, black and brown faces. Huh?
Read their names.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Let me, okay. Let me get, you got Anicia Malavisan, Deborah Hurd, Dr. Solange Ashby. You got Dr. Yonatan Benham. You got Dr. Helena Waldiscuris, Jasmine Smith, Dr. Justin Dumavant, Dr. Muhammad Ali. You got Dr. Salim Faraji. I know
Faraji. That's my favorite. One of my favorites.
Yes. Dr. Shayla Monroe, very familiar with her. You got Dr. Joseph Ben Levi. And then you have people who are not necessarily doctors, but they're supporters or they're contributors in other types of ways. And also Dr. Mario Beatty is a part of this. And the list goes on. But just
Don't
check
leave
out.
them ladies, don't leave that lady right there.
Okay, sorry.
Lil
Jamel
Marshall.
Barstow, Sydney Pickens, Iman, Jamal Nagy.
Yeah, I like Jamal Nagy. She actually teaches to young 12K.
Correct.
Teach them archaeology, right?
Correct.
Come on, man. That's big for our community. And then Rosetta
is.
Cash, she's a
Yes.
novice, educated though.
Correct.
And Johanna,
Yvonne,
my fault, Yvonne Jones.
Mhm.
She's also a novice, but they into the studies for real.
Correct.
That's a hell of a cast they done put together right there.
It is.
So who Leo Hanbury though? What's up?
So Leo Hansberry, he was a prominent educator. A lot of people know him from teaching at Howard University. He was one of the educators during his early days who actually promoted studying Africa and its contributions to the world. Also, so he set up the African American Studies program at Howard University, of course, and he tried to get his PhD, but it really couldn't get his PhD because those other institutions of learning didn't really know or have a program set up for him to achieve that. So he pretty much just made it for himself. But I will read you a little bit about the William Leo Hansberry Society. And you all can read for William Leo Hansberry. Of course, just Google him, get his wiki article. But a fascinating man, and his contributions is phenomenal. But the society, their mission is the William Leo Hansberry Society is an organization of Black scholars from Africa and the African diaspora committed to promoting and diversifying the study, research, and scholarship of the ancient African past. Through our activism and outreach, we seek to bridge the obstacles that prevent Black people from acquiring the education and technical skills necessary to engage in this work. Founded on the basis of the longerie of African history, we bring our training in the disciplines of archaeology, anthropology, zooarchaeology. If that's deep.
Animals.
Definitely. Animals, Egyptology, Nubiology, Ethiopian studies, biblical studies, medieval studies, museum studies. And I think that's important, right? I don't think people understand how important museum study is.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, how to curate items, how to catalog things properly, how
to label things properly.
Exactly. African studies, Africana studies, to situate, analyze, and interpret ancient African societies within their African context. That's the William Leo Hansberry Society in a nutshell.
That's my man, Leo Hansberry, man. He went to Howard University, man. He came up with the first Black studies.
He taught at Howard University, but he actually went to Harvard.
Yeah, because there wasn't enough. No, it wasn't. It was another college he wanted to go to.
There's another college before that,
and he was like, the damn library was trash.
Exactly.
So he went to Harvard. Now that's serious. See that?
Yeah.
See? And who big up in them? The sisterhood.
Right.
See?
Right.
That's serious right there for me. See, this is the study for me. That's why I scoff and laugh when people claim me to be anti this and anti that.
Right.
It's wild, you know what I'm saying? It's based off the cultural context where I'm at. I'm definitely anti-Black if you taking me to medieval ancient times and talking about indigenous populations, especially when we got the raw data that has been analyzed, right? Specifically by these people, right? I'm gonna listen to how they say the thing. You're not gonna be in a baseball game and start talking about 354, hut, hike me the ball. You're in a baseball game. What in the world are you doing?
Right.
But if I'm in America, fighting for my life in the 60s, fighting for my Black, I'm gonna hold the fists up, Black power, right? But as we rejuvenated and we come through that, and you can't just hold us down based off the color of our skin, based off of the victories, the great Martin Luther King. You know what I'm saying? Malcolm X, all the groups that fought for us. I'm standing here saying, yo, I'm Black American. I'm an African American, Black American. It's synonymous with Black American. But if I'm talking about ancient African societies, I already know that black in Africa is not synonymous, because Africans are very diverse and come in many diverse skin colors and
Correct.
phenotypes. I would not make that cross-cultural mistake. But this is understanding the game at the highest level. I would never make the mistake and promote racism on ancient people that never seen it, because they control their own thing.
Right.
I would never act like the name of their country was based off of their skin color, which would actually tie them away from the land, because anybody can have dark to brown skin color. You just got to live close enough to the equator. And last time I checked, the earth ain't flat. That ain't the study, right? It's elliptical oblique, it's oblique oblique. Okay? Simple as that. So, yeah, man, we enjoy these studies. And so when I find great brothers and sisters like this, and today we're specifically talking about the sisters, Dr. Deborah, specifically, right? When I see they big up the Leo Hansberry that pushed this thing forward so that we could have these type of conversations. I'm reading his books. Some of the first books I read was Leo Hansberry. You know what I'm saying? Like when I came about the cult, right? I started picking up the real literature, started understanding the real tone of it. You know, the real definitions, the scientific literacy, the archaeology, you know, these things. So yeah, man. Yeah, the sister gonna talk about that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That brother inspired me. These sisters inspired me to come on. You know where they throw trash at you on the internet, bro? If I didn't have these sisters, man, and could hear them say it the way it's supposed to be said, man. Yeah, man, come on, yo, what would I be, yo? I'd be by myself, wouldn't I? No, I wouldn't. I got the sisterhood right here with me. Intelligent sisters, see what I'm saying? We got the pseudo killer army. We got the pseudo killers, right? We got people that's dedicated to scientific literacy, past all the bull crap. So I don't get mad. I just get even. No need to get mad. No need to fuss. I mean, you know what I mean? Conversations that we having, yo, we're having them at the highest level. And I see right here say Reggie about to have y'all expert. It's not our experts. The experts, you know, are for the community, period. I would never, ever bring a daggone bazooka. Hold on. I would never bring a bazooka to shoot at a bunch of ants. Well, who would do that? I would never target novice with experts. I'm a novice. I handles the novice. You know, signs undefeated, you know. It's just based off your level of understanding, whether you think, yeah, I'm saying, whether you understand what I said. You feel me? Right. And you never hear me say me, I. No, I didn't do anything. I read Deborah Hurd's work. I read the work. I listen to their lectures. I know how they say it. I read their title, anthropology. Yo, we break out the anthropological studies. Where's that one at? Yeah, I keep telling you, get it for $4, right? If you want to spend 70, 80, get the brand new ones. Yeah, we right here. That's how we learn African history. What are you talking about? And see, we got sisters promoting authentic, watch this, authentically stamped African history, Black American history. It's stamped with authority. Why? Because they're in the field. And you can never say it's the white man thing. That's the joke. That's the white man science. How? What do you mean? They going to the University of Chicago, Harvard, Yale, Morgan State. Big up the Dr. Oyamayat. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, he's got a whole program based off of scientific literacy.
Yep, shout out to Dr. Mayat.
Yo, them sisters, they had my back. Put me in that position, right? To get me published on an article with other doctors. How serious is that?
Tell them where. You never tell them where. National Society of Black Engineers. I'll tell them. That's deep.
Tell them, Juju.
Man, I don't gotta say it, man. The work speak for itself, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't gotta say it. I don't gotta every time I say it like that. Because the point is it's okay, right? You can call people any name you want to call them. But when you're looking for historical accuracy, right, you never want to make that mistake and start putting out anachronisms, man. And then you never want to feed back into the machine that promoted racism, one drop rule, right? Never want to do that. So, I don't know. You was about to say something, Juju, right? You muted out.
On mute. Yeah. So yeah, like I'm triggered because I was talking about y'all experts. No, they're the experts of the
Yeah.
subject matter that we bring to the public. Let's
Right.
be clear. It's not our information, it's the information that the experts and the consensus
Right.
of the experts give. And third, but finally, I'm gonna keep saying it like, where y'all experts? What are experts that y'all got to bring to the people? I'll wait.
Since they already bring the experts. That's them.
No,
That's the other guys. They the
No, they're
experts. They said they the experts. That's what
no,
they
they're
say.
not. I don't
I'm
care.
just saying. I mean, that's what they
You're
say.
you're
Definitely
enthusiast.
waiting on them experts.
You next
Enthusiasts.
expert.
Y'all
Next.
enthusiasts.
Did
Nexperts.
you say nexpert?
She said call them nexperts.
Next.
Oh man. So we got 67. Yo, we trying to get 70 people in here before we drop that bomb.
It was 70 in here, but we'll get them.
Yeah, see, when it ain't about the rah-rah, it get real light, right?
Oh,
Real
good.
light.
Yeah. Y'all gotta watch that because you can't learn from that. You can't build on that. How we're gonna continuously build on that. People gotta check themselves. Everybody gotta start looking in the mirror because it's getting weird. Y'all gotta stop.
You know what? You know when you're in an intellectual gunfight and you start threatening people and talking crazy, you've lost the intellectual gunfight. This is all this ever was. And then you have people with levels of arrogancy never seen before. Y'all pay somebody to go get them on us. Like, what are you talking about? I don't even paying attention. I don't even watch that trash.
Ain't even thinking about y'all.
Why would I spend money to get some ants that I can just walk over there and step on their ant? You can just walk over there. I've been doing it for the last 14 years. Look, easy work.
You know what I find interesting that people are mad because certain questions aren't asked. People are angry because certain people aren't asked to be a part. That's just very strange to me because this is a free country. Everybody can, connect with individuals, ask them the questions they want to ask on camera, and do all the things that they're upset that one person they can actually do that. Like, it's just amazing. I'm stunned.
And then since we
I'm getting mad at the people that we actually do interview or engage with. That's just strange to me.
Look, you know why we can't get the black ones? Because they see how y'all act and they don't want to be a part of that. That's why. Trust me.
Yeah, they just like, why they couldn't get no.
It's been tried 1,000 times.
I have no idea.
I have no idea. How about y'all go ahead and try? Y'all go ahead and try, and then y'all get back to us. Let me know how that works out for you. Yeah.
I don't know why all the fuss. If the experts that came on just so happens to agree with other people's stance, then y'all should be glad. Think about it, right? Think about that. You should be glad that we found a point where we can mesh. Right? And since people claim we pay for experts, right? Some we pay for, most we don't have to, right? Right? But think about it.
You don't know
the interviews we have, right? They're taped interviews, right? We do some live, right? I like them. I like mine live, some taped, right? But at the end of the day, wouldn't I edited out the things that I felt like went against my position if that's the type of individual I was? You got to ask yourself.
You would say so.
The interview we did, the beautiful interview we did, me and Garfield did, right? That wasn't live. Right? The Christianity piece, when all that could have got edited out. The population piece y'all claimed it was on our side. Wouldn't we just edit all that out? Right. Why would we present that information out there like that? If we was coming to get y'all. Nobody was, and I think it's just arrogancy. It's at this point, it's a bunch of males being super arrogant. Now it's time for the sisterhood to weigh in on the situation. You feel me? In the middle of, what I'm saying, Women History Month.
It's time for the word of the day.
Word of the day.
The
48 minutes. We're gonna get them out of here.
First word starts with an A. The second word starts with a P.
That's hilarious.
Would it be the Afrocentric?
Yeah, but guess what? You know what the great part? I believe Deborah and them to be African-centered or Afrocentric, right?
They
Very
are.
reading them, ASCAC. So let's hear what the Afrocentric community has to say. I'm
Says it
not
in their
talking about the
bio.
novice portion of it. Not talking about the novice portion of it where they magically become experts based off reading a book or two, right? I want to talk about where the game is played at the highest levels in the major universities, where the competition is thick around the world. You want to have top-notch Egyptologists. You want to have top-notch archaeologists, right? And if it's Black, it's even better. You want to have them in your schools, okay? Representing real information. Nobody's trying to suppress the truth. They're trying to suppress the Egyptians was Black. Maybe you're just limited understanding. Maybe you have a limit on what you can learn and how. If I'm saying the same thing I done said, I've been in here for 14 years. If I'm still saying the same thing I said 14 years ago, right? You should start to question me. At a certain point, I would have to elevate. You're watching elevation in real time. Look at the people around us. Look at the people around me. I've elevated that approach. Look at the pseudo killers. It's called elevation. It's called learning. And anything we get wrong, we can clearly take it back and say we was wrong, right? And we'll move forward on that.
What are you talking about? Does anybody know?
Pan-African James, man, I see you, man. Stand on that truth, bro.
What are you talking about?
It's funny. Y'all got to stop being weird out there.
Weird. Nobody even said anything.
Wow,
We praising the woman's credentials.
We
Boy,
can't pray. Let's get into the show. Let's get
Was he
into
there?
the show.
Was he there? Was you at the Leo Hansberry?
Oh
James?
wow, I don't think he was. Of course not. He's standing on his work though. I'm with him.
Standing on that truth, right?
Stand on that truth, yo.
Yeah, I ain't playing with y'all no more. Bump that.
All right, so let's get right to this real quick, man. Leo Hansberry. Need to be a conference. 1 second. And put about fair use thing. Educational purposes for sure, for certain. All right.
Let go.
It's our fair use disclaimer. All right. 1976 Act. Copyright. There you go. Leave it up there for a minute, man. This is for education, man, to continue to promote the works of Dr. Deborah and Leo Hansberry and all the wonderful sisters, doctors, novice, for keeping our community strong and sucker free.
He said sucker free. Oh.
Sucker free, man. Somebody, that we would take our own personal vendettas and mix into the information, right? And that the sisters would have to come and purify it. It's amazing to me.
Sucker Free Fridays.
Sucker Free Friday. Let me see. Okay, I gotta be. All right, let me know. Can I hear this?
And I wanted to say,
Yes.
Is it good?
Claire.
Here we go.
Claire for takeoff.
since Brother Ben brought up J.A. Rogers, that was a conversation that I was having with Melanie because she asked about the syllabi, where to find the syllabi that I mentioned. And so the 3 syllabi are in Hubert Harrison's papers. So Hubert Harrison was a philosopher, African, like one of the most brilliant, I would say, African-American philosophers. Brother was deep.
So yeah, that's Hubert Harrison. I said that's the original real black atheist right there,
Right.
Hubert Harrison.
Yeah.
Definitely talked about him. You're here. Like I stand on that shoulders right there, man. Hubert Harrison. Man, he's the first person in Harlem standing on that soapbox, kicking it. Fluent in Greek, Hebrew, atheist. He wrote for Marcus Garvey. Did he not?
He led Marcus Garvey. He wrote for the paper, but he actually, from
Story.
what I know, kind of mentored him more or
He
less.
was a historian in this whole thing.
Yeah.
He put together information, yo. So I stand on them shoulders right there.
Yeah, he
Right.
wanted to follow
And it's amazing that Deborah and them, Dr. Deborah and them understanding. We got a lot of people in that building too. I see some people in there. The unusual suspects. Let me see you, brother. I see the pseudo killing bill, brother Marcus. I see you on that panel there, brother. Here we go.
But his papers are at the Schomburg. And Professor Hansberry's syllabi are in there because he was sending them to J.A. Rogers. So when you see the syllabi on the covers addressed, they're addressed to J.A. Rogers. And for the person who sent them to me, what he told me about it is that when J.A. Rogers would come to New York, he would stay with Hubert Harrison. So evidently, either the syllabi got there after he left, and Hubert Harrison never passed them on, or he left them. But somehow they got mixed in with Hubert Harrison's papers, so they're there at the Schomburg. So there are 3 of his syllabi there that are contained in Hubert Harrison's papers.
I actually have a question to the panel, if I could be permitted. One last question, then I'll shut up. So my question to you guys is, how do you feel about the concept of sub-Saharan Africa? And the reason I ask this question, because usually when I'm talking about Africa, I try to avoid that term as much as possible, because I feel it's put such a mental block in people's head that everything related to Black people is below the desert, as if the desert has always been there and Black people somehow never figured out how to cross the desert that has not always been there. So, and it bifurcates African history, because in that conception, there's also the belief that tied to sub-Saharan Africans is African inferiority. So Black people couldn't have anything to do with ancient Egypt, ancient Mauritania, just all of North Africa like it's on some other planet. So for you all as academics, how do you navigate around that concept if you use it? And if not, what is your alternative when you're teaching to your students?
I tell people, don't use the term.
Exactly. Exactly.
You can find
Yeah. So, you know,
That's what I'm talking about.
how long we been saying that though?
Shoot, I've been saying it forever. forever. That's what I'm talking about. They're gonna start listening to me.
Yeah, I haven't even heard this part of the interview.
Dang, I missed this one. I didn't miss the one last year. But how did I
I thought
miss?
you was on there, wasn't you? I didn't hear this part of the interview. I
No,
hadn't heard this part.
wasn't.
I don't
Yeah.
wonder what they're gonna say. Let me hear
Oh
what
my
they
God! Don't make me cry. This
All
is
right.
so good.
First time I heard this one, so I'm gonna let y'all rock out.
Joel crazy. Joel's talking about, wait, what?
about 3 videos on YouTube where I tell people not to use that term.
Exactly.
I tell them not to use sub-Saharan Africa. I tell them not to say Black pharaohs.
What you say, James? You be lying on them? What?
First bomb is hit. First bomb is hit out the sky. Now wait a minute. I've talked about that, and I've said when you say Pianki and them of the Black pharaohs, then the question would be, who the hell's the rest of the people in Egypt? So they found a way to separate, right, Africans that live, you know what I'm saying, in the southern regions of Africa between the first and the fourth cataract, which he does a research. They found a way to play you like they Black. They wait what time to get to Egypt, and they're separate for what's in Egypt. It's a separate cultural dynamic. The differences are really cultural. That's the real differences in humanity. I'm gonna say this again for all y'all that's on the eyeball test thing. I'm gonna look at this, I'm gonna look a ship, right? We're not fighting against actual white people or Black people. We're fighting against the destructive cultures. It's culture that's passed on. Human beings die after about 70 years based off where you're living at. 70, 80 years, maybe 90, some 50, living city life, selling drugs and alcohol, you're in trouble. You might go out at 25, 17, 18, it's wild, right? But it's the culture that we want to learn and understand. It's the culture. All right, let's keep going.
The 25th dynasty. There's one other, I can't think of it. But yes, definitely that's sub-Saharan. And I say because you don't say super-Saharan Africa, you say North Africa. So if you mean the Africa below, then you should say, I mean, Central Africa or South Africa or West Africa, East Africa. Don't do that, because the sub part is also You know, like they say the dog whistle, people
Yeah.
hear sub, it's like subhuman,
Mhm.
sub intelligent. You know,
Mhm.
there's that is part of the language that gets encoded with sub-Saharan.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Absolutely.
so I tell people that if I'm giving a public lecture, I go through that terminology. Do not use sub-Saharan.
Exactly.
It's interesting. Underneath of the civilization, that gave rise to other civilization. Below that, when what they remember, we showed the engram, and that term sub-Saharan African doesn't even pop up until the 70s in literature. Right? I never liked that title. Right? Talked about it for the last 3 years. Okay? Some people like you. I don't like using it. I don't like that. I like to call them what they are. Northeast Africans, North Africans, South Africans, Central Africans, West Africans, right? Get into their names and who they
Southwest,
are.
Northeast,
Northeast.
Southeast,
I mean,
like
treat it like you treat everybody else.
exactly.
So what was they called when it wasn't a Sahara? Right? How did they become that? We're just simply saying those below the Sahara. Didn't say those below the Sahara. And there's no fence to stop people from migrating back and forth. And see, this is where the issues come. This is where the problems come. That's my point. I kind of want to get past. Let me see. This is interesting.
Yeah, plus the term doesn't even show up until the 1950s.
He's off a little bit. Well, maybe he say don't show up 1950s. I'm saying it's in the 70s, maybe 1978, where you start to really find it in literature, though. Yeah.
One of the things that we often fail to do is look at the origin of ideas. Where did that idea come from? Who said it first? When did they say it? Why did they say it? What were the circumstances around even?
All the money, control the policies, control what laws are being made, and also the other I think
Oh, shoot. Man,
people identifying as Arab, and I won't extrapolate that to the entire Arab world. But I will say, when I was in Sudan, I got told to my face, "Don't get it twisted," and so I never, I never did.
don't get it twisted.
May I ask a follow-up question?
Yeah, how did I skip that? Hold on, I didn't mean to get that. Hold on, man.
Get it right, Bobby. Don't mess it up now.
I know that.
Big up to Joe. That's Joe. That's Joe.
Yeah.
Joe actually asks a question, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Joe Ben Levy he answered it, right? With a line. He kind of didn't even answer the question for real.
Dang.
He didn't get into that. Big up to Joe. But I want to actually get you, Deborah. This ain't the males today. We don't want to hear the males. Let me see. Let me
circle back to you, Joel.
It'll circle back to you, Joel. Nope. You know what I mean? But I swear, hold on. Let me move up a little bit. Let me get there.
I was saying, when I was in Sudan, I got told to.
Oh, shoot.
May I ask a follow-up question?
I gotta get out of here. Can I move it? Let me see. Oh, okay. Almost there. Hold on, y'all. I'm almost there.
All the time. Makes a difference. I just got this stuff.
Almost there. You get there. Almost there. Get it there. All right.
Look at Marcus. No,
Got some pseudo killers in the building. We got Sadiq. We got Sadiq on there.
oh, shout out Sadiq.
No, you can't hear. You hearing the daggone thing. You're on the panel.
Oh, that's boy. That's low class.
How did that jump off where she was talking?
Recognize a shared vibe.
How did what happened?
What part are you trying to get to?
No, she was rocking, yo.
Oh, from where she was? Like, you gotta rewind it.
Yeah. Well, she said the key figures we need to say though. I don't know.
There's more.
Oh, we just getting started.
We
This
started talking, like 5 minutes later, she did it again. And so the the concept that people don't recognize their Africanity, they don't recognize a shared biological.
Well, I want to go back a little bit. She's talking about going to Africa and how they was accepting her and how some African Americans were saying, well, maybe they might not accept you as dad. And she's talking about how the interplay of, well, I'm thinking she's from here. She's in Africa and Ethiopia and in Sudan. And people saying she's from here. And people saying, no, she hadn't. They had a debate over whether she was really there for not. She's just basically showing how, African people, period, you know what I'm saying, just have basic looks, right? I want her to explain herself because I don't want you to get it twisted, right? Right? I don't even agree with everything she's saying in that. You feel me? So, but I just want to let her be her. I think that's important though. Let a person be them. All right, let's see.
People don't recognize their Africanity.
No, that's not it. I want to get it.
In order to understand the world, you have to be in the world. So 70%, looking at 2,000, 2,500 years ago.
And so the concept that people don't recognize their Africanity, they don't recognize a shared biological history with African Americans is ridiculous. And it's one of the things that really upset me when I first found out about Professor Hansberry, because when he wanted to go on the dig at Kawa, Dowse Dunham, who was the assistant curator at the Museum of Fine Arts, told him, well, if it was my excavation, I would think long and hard before taking a Negro. Basically, it would bring dishonor upon the rest of the people on the dig, and the Sudanese people wouldn't respect you or them. And I'm like, so when I went and the people were just like so receptive.
So isn't that not interesting that when Leo Hansberry wanted to go on the archaeological dig back in his time, they was like, what? It's up to me. I wouldn't take you. It's going to bring disrespect and dishonor, all based off the color of his skin. And he in Sudan. This is racialization at high levels, racism, white supremacy. Jim Crow laws, y'all. That's Jim Crow laws, just for the record. That's the one drop rule type of situation. When they playing around, you can't, what you mean a man can't go on a dig? It's wild, man. And so when we talk about education and fighting for education, man, that's why, man, these sisters here and brothers here, man, they need to, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it's a heavy panel of beautiful sisters, man. Not because of the way they look, but because what's in their damn head and their mind. That's what make them beautiful. Flat out.
So, like, Deborah, you stay, you let them go, you stay. And one of the guys is like, you be my wife. And I was like, I'm not gonna be your fourth wife. So we would, it was like being at home. And even, some African American woman that I worked with, she was like, oh, Deborah, you go there, they're gonna treat you different because you African American. I was like, what you talking about? I said, I walk the streets of Chicago all the time and I got Africans stopping me, asking me, are you from Ghana? Are you from Nigeria? Wherever they from, that's where they want to make me. So I was like, well, I don't think going to Sudan is gonna be any different. And sure enough, people like, first question is, you want to know she's Sudani? Sudani? Like, no, she's not from Sudan. Well, we're from Africa. Like, she's not from America. She's one of us. She's from here on this continent, And one of the colleagues was like, Deborah, I almost had to fight one of these workers. I was like, why are you about to fight the workers? She said, because he kept saying, Deborah, she's not from there. She's from here. She's from here. She's from Africa. And they were like, no, Deborah's from Africa. And they're like, no, she was on a plane from Chicago.
Okay, so like she said, she's giving you our experience in that. But if you look to the right here, we got Robert Brown. And he's asking questions in the chat. And he's saying, Deborah, Deborah Hurd. Yes, Mama. If it's not too much trouble, could you give your insight as to what the term Kemet, the Black City, refers to? Yeah, we're gonna find out. Yeah. So that's what we building up to. She actually weighs in on the conversation. And we got it right here for y'all. Ha! Y'all want to say something right now about anything? You want to add something?
You muted, Miss Tiffany.
And I just like hearing the sister talk, and just like I said, I was just astounded reading her bio. I'm still there, just very impressed with all the things that she's done, and all the things that I know she will do as she moves forward. When she does get her PhD. So
Facts.
I'm excited. I'm excited of the role that she's going to play in the field.
All I got to say is, can you take that comment down?
I can't see no comment, Mr. Take the comment.
Oh, that was an accident.
Oh, I can't even see it.
You can't see it.
I
was trying to get something out of there.
Yeah, I ain't know Pan African James was there because I sure asked.
Okay. Let's keep going, man. It's a healthy conversation, man, at the highest levels, man. And you see you got Brother Logic. He's actually in there. Big up the Brother Logic, man. Pseudo Killer Army, man.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Clown, I fought Robert Brown. You got Brother Marcus, Sadiq. All right. Man, you got Brendan.
Mm-hmm.
Sirius B. And then Jonathan Owens is in the building. They're all there. The stars came out. You got Gail A. Hansberry. They're all in there. Jasmine, she's in there. Dr. Monroe, she's there.
Mm-hmm.
M. Jordan, she's in there. Rosetta Cash. Jasmine Smith. Don Cooks. Joseph Ben Levy. Jamel Marshall. They're all in the building. Tony M. Joe Armstrong. They're all in there. We read some of their bios. Salon Ashby. It's a who's list. Here we go. Wait for it.
Yeah, the whole thing is that, it is it's political. People are claiming African identity, Arab identity that's as black as this screen monitor around here. It's like, dude, he ain't got no Arab. What you talking about, you Arab? He ain't no Arab. But to claim Arab identity means you get certain benefits, and that's what they want. They want those benefits. But I wanted to answer the question because Robert Brown has asked a couple of times, what do I think about Kemet?
Don't poke the bear. At least he got some heart, though. You got other people just started rapping. But he definitely has some heart to ask that question. Because he generally wants to know, I guess. No, I think he thinks he knows. Let me get off that. Let's keep it classy. See what she has to say.
Meaning the context of the term Kemet. Oh, so my thing is I am about origins, and I am engaged in some long-term background study on things. And I know that that burning ember references Black. But what does it mean in relationship to the town mark? And so for me, that's a long-term research project for me. I don't believe in racial terms in the far ancient past. And I don't talk about the Egyptians as being Black. I move away from that. That's one other thing. So we talk about terminology. I talk about African because I situate ancient Kemet as a society that grew up on the African continent after Homo sapiens evolved.
Oh, so she's giving you an evolutionary breakdown? Have we heard that somewhere before?
Yeah, I gotta say.
It seems like when you start to give out pearls, they say never give pearls to swine. I've actually been on certain platforms and they say, why are you talking about evolution? You're supposed to be answering this question. Huh. Maybe we didn't hear her say we thought we heard her say. Let's see.
My thing is, I am about origins and I am engaged in some long-term background study on things. And I know that that burning ember references Black.
Burning ember.
But what does it mean in relationship to the town mark? And so for me, that's a long-term research project for me. I don't believe in racial terms in the far ancient past. And I don't talk about the Egyptians as being Black. I move away from that. That's one other thing. So we talk about terminology. I talk about African.
Man, John has just popped up. He turned that camera on for that one. Man, that hit him. The camera popped on. Let me stop. Let's go back and see when that camera popped on. Let's see. Let's see.
Being Black. I move away from that. That's one other thing. So we talk about terminology. I talk about African.
Pop.
Because I situate ancient Kemet as a society that grew up on the African continent after Homo sapiens evolved and began migrating. So being on the continent for 300,000 years plus years, there are a gazillion different ways to be African. What we consider Black is a creation of this modernist, racist society that has developed as part of the whole capitalist enterprise.
Okay, so I mean, like, what channels do y'all actually hear this type of conversation going on? Y'all want to weigh in?
Doodle Killers is the only one I've ever heard of. Community
skeptic.
One at a time, one at a time, one at a time, one at a time. No celebrating.
Funny.
There will be no celebrating on this show. We're celebrating Black women. Go ahead. One at a time. One at a time. I like to read the chat and see what they're saying. They're gonna mix that up.
They're saying, oh my God.
Well, go ahead. No, what do y'all think about what she said though? Like, honestly speaking, seriously. Juju first. What do you think about how she first started with the evolution thing and went back and talked about the diversity and all that? What do you think about that? Just curious. And then Ms. Tiff go.
So as far as ancient Egypt and that civilization, well, I think you have to start where she's starting. I mean, that's what you've always been talking about. You know what I'm saying? And she's painting a picture for you, and she's also giving you context. That's what experts do. And with her resume, I mean, she's been over there excavating. She's part of some of their endeavors when it comes to the study of Egypt. So y'all, I don't know how y'all gonna spend that, but y'all definitely can't say we cutting and we chop and screwing this, because a fast forward and a rewind is not a chop and screwed. So y'all got to cut that out.
No, don't get out the chat. It's chatty in the back.
No. That's something later. But You know, it's just funny how people are going to try to spin this to
What?
something different. You can't do it. None of these people are saying what y'all saying. And if they are, then it should be easy to get them on your platform and say exactly what you've been saying for these last 3, 4, 5 years.
Go ahead, Ms. Tiff.
I mean, when I heard her started talking about, you know, the evolutionary aspect of it,
showing up.
I said, well, where have I heard this before? Of course, I've heard it on Community of Skeptics and PK, where, you know, we're having these conversations. I know you've always talked about how it's important to understand evolution if you're going to have the conversation. I am a super novice in this subject area, but when I heard her speaking about it and just speaking so plainly as a scholar and a PhD candidate, I definitely got a lot of value out of it. And the fact that she says that she's on a lifelong study of particular aspects of it. And we have people amongst us that they got it. But this sister,
done.
Her credentials is saying this is something that I'm going to be studying for a long time to come. I was really impressed with that.
Yeah, I felt like that actually brought value to our community and our education as we move forward as African Americans, Black Americans, and recognizing our cultural past. I think it's important not to overemphasize racialized terms that was brought with the intercontinental ships that enslaved us, kidnapped us, and enslaved us. Right? When talking about indigenous populations, now I can understand why the Black Americans would use it. Because I'm Black and I'm proud. Black African power. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's my calling card. That's something I brought to the table. I can stand up on that. Right? Because I wanted to connect the Black American community, right, to the African community. And I'm saying Black African power. So I think that's crucial to have some expertise come teach us, right? You know what I'm saying? We use these lectures to learn on the community of skeptics because we are skeptical, really skeptical with the novice. We're not saying that experts don't make mistakes. They can make mistakes. They can make crucial mistakes. You know, experts work on planes, right? One mistake can make the whole plane crash. So they have to really, you know, work on a high level. And even with expertise, right? When you know a lot, sometimes you can work too fast, which has caused you to make a mistake. So by no means are we saying these experts are perfect. What we're saying is, man, it's Woman History Month, man. And I'm just proud that we got some sisters, you know, talking about the conversation, specifically Dr. Hurd. Let me finish this, man. This is great. Yeah, wait for it.
But so when I talk about the people of ancient Kemet, I call them Africans. Yeah, because it's like now for some modern Egyptians, when you say African, when Zahi Hawass will bust a blood vessel, because for him African means one type, and that's the dark-skinned West African. He can't conceive of the whole continent containing African people. But when you have been on the continent for 300,000 years and you've been migrating and mixing and combining DNA, there are so many different ways to be African. So long story short, I'm still, where did Robert go? Is he still out here?
Is he still up there? Where did Robert go? Let me stop. Where's Waldo? Let me keep going.
Oh, there he is. Yeah. So that concept is something that I'm still working on, because I want to see how the archaeology and the migration patterns, how all of those things combine together as an explanation, because I'm really interested in a lot of concepts from about their origins. So that's my take on Kemet.
I like that, and you're quite right too, because what we're fighting with is the battle with white supremacy, a battle that they didn't have to deal with, and the fact that
he said a battle that the ancient Egyptians didn't have to deal with.
Thank
You want to say something to that, Juju?
That's scholar number 2.
That's the same
I
thing.
mean, we've been saying it. It's anachronistic. To use that term is anachronistic to describe an ancient population that didn't have to deal with that at all. They didn't have to deal with the patriarchy
Man, that dude,
and the colonialism.
yo, you wow. There you go. I didn't know you were gonna say that.
That's the word of the day.
That's the word of the day, the
The patriarchy.
Ben Levy got a serious library, yo.
Yeah. Yeah, his
He
library
got
look like the college library.
Yeah, he
itself.
got a serious. You can see that's looking a little different than mine. This shit look a little expensive. A little bit high level. I'm looking at the high levelty of the damn books.
I ain't no screen either.
Man, that man said, "Who he ain't say that, yo? No, he didn't. Let me see.
White supremacy. Back.
Their origins. So that's my take on Kemet.
I like that.
I like that.
What
I like that.
With is the battle with white supremacy. A battle that they didn't have to deal with.
That's right.
And the fact that, as in some of the research that I'm doing about the different representations on the monuments of different types of Kushites, who weren't identified as Kemetu. They had their own name. They came from a particular place. They had their own kind of thing, but I do understand the nature of our battle with it. But we have to be careful because we have to know all the arguments around it. It's not just one thing. And I understand, and in fact, I would even argue that Sheikh Anta Diop and Obega understood that too, because of how they came at the whole question. And of course, those of you who've been there, and my time that I was there, one of the first questions I asked Dr. Yusuf Farah.
Man, Smash up there not looking too happy, yo.
He looked like his puppy ran away.
Oh, come on, Juju, don't dirty it up. Here we go. See, you gotta be nice. My man mentioned Sheikh Anta Diop still foul banger, man. Big up to Sheikh Anta Diops, man. They definitely have studied the Diopian school. You can just tell the flavor and the way they do it. Pick up the Diops, man. He's in the book. I mean, he's in the Met. Me and my son went there 3 weeks ago. It was a lovely experience, man. Absolutely, man.
I'll be there.
I asked him, who were the Mahas? No, I asked him, who were the Nehesiyu and who would they be represented by today in the Sudan? He said the Mahas. And I said, that's interesting. And it led me to try to look at some other types of things, but he never said connect to you. He's talked about the Mahas, he talked about these other people from Dushia and so forth, and there are many of them who all are related to what we might collectively describe as connect to you. And then, of course, there are a lot of different symbolisms and stuff that we have to deal with and we have to look at when it comes to, because studying glyphs, especially studying Middle Egyptian, which has symbolisms in it that are very different from the Old Egyptian, which is different from late and so forth, takes us to some, takes us to some whole worlds where I'm like, shit, I'll be studying this stuff till I die and still after in the afterlife too, and still may not figure everything out. But I can, definitely acknowledge that first and foremost, we got to look at them as Africans flat out. If we're going to use any term, it would have to be African for describing these people. We haven't jumped to call them Alkebulanist or whatever terms that they're trying to use out there. But certainly as Africans, we can then go to bringing them into a lot of things, and connect to you is just one of those things.
Oh man, what did he say? Flat out. Did he say that? Yo got an extensive library. Let me see.
Terms that they're trying to use out there. for describing these people. You know, we haven't jumped to call them Al-Qibulanists. So then today in the Sudan, he said the Mahas. And I said, that's interesting, you know? And it led me to try to look at some other types of things, but he never said connect to you. He's talked about the Mahas, he talked about these other people from Lucia and so forth, and there are many of them who all are related to what we might collectively describe as connect to you. And then, of course, you know, there are a lot of different symbolisms and stuff that we have to deal with and we have to look at when it comes to, because studying glyphs, especially studying Middle Egyptian, which has symbolisms in it that are very different from the Old Egyptian, which is different from late and so forth, takes us to some, takes us to some whole worlds where I'm like, shit, I'll be studying this stuff till I die and still after in the afterlife too, and still may not figure everything out. But I can, definitely acknowledge that first and foremost, we got to look at them as Africans flat out. If we're going to use any term, it would have to be African for describing these people. You know, we haven't jumped to call them Al-Qibulanists or whatever terms that they try to use out there. But certainly as Africans, we can then go to bring them into a lot of things, and connect to you is just one of those things.
Hey, Dr. Hurd, this is Robert Brown.
Robert Brown ain't playing, yo. He fighting. Robert Brown got the heart.
I really thank you for your answer. I was really asking the question because we have seen multiple meanings for the word king. And we see where Dr. Serge Sonoran, when he had his exchange with Dr. Obanga and Dr. Diop, Professor Diop, that the term Kemet meant the Black country. And so, it's the Black nation or the Black country. I believe he said country. So we're trying to delve deeper into the term Kemet, and I posed the question because Joel, I know him previously from prior dialogues, and I knew what his real question was, and offered a better way to ask it. And so I don't necessarily indicate or mean that we're discussing the racial classification of the ancient Egyptians. I am just inquiring as to what the term, whether Black country, Black nation, Black city, what could it entail? What could it refer to? We know that there's a cattle code. We know about the sacred black bulls from work done with one of our colleagues, one of our family members, Brother Reggie. We've been learning about that. So we see that it's also has been stated that the Black, as far as the Black land, Kemet meaning the Black land, will refer to soil. And so, and we also know, just if Black is pertaining to the people, it doesn't necessarily mean that it is a racial characterization. Sorry about that. That it doesn't necessarily mean it's a racial characterization. That it could very well mean a physical description dealing with the term Black.
Yeah, Robert.
So I just want to kind of clear my question up.
Go ahead, Juju.
Yeah, I better not ever hear none of y'all talk
No,
about.
we're gonna talk about that like that on up.
Bobby Baker can't talk.
We're not gonna do it. Yeah, I can't do
Okay.
it. It's just I'm not gonna do it. not gonna mess this up, yo. Definitely, I'm not gonna mess this moment up. We're saving the moment, right? We're Africans, centered in African thought. Went and got the degrees, libraried out, credentialed, anthropologists, archaeologists, speak the language. And when they say certain things, it holds certain weight. It just does. Right? When we see them working in the community, man, putting together studies to big up people like the great Leo Hansberry. How many of us heard of the great Leo Hansberry? And hear the stories that they tell. This is important. But Robert Rand doing his thing. Man, maybe I didn't quite understand his question, but let's see if the great doctor has.
A little bit. And if you want to further expound, you can. And thank you again for answering my question.
But thank you. I think it's important to understand that.
Oh, he jumped right in. I'm gonna get you the sister. I'm gonna get you the sister. See if I can get you the sister answer.
Her inclination or what her insight was to what the term meant.
Right. Okay, I get you then. I respect that. And of course, the sacred black bull is important, but the person on here whom I
started talking about
to say black land and refer to the alluvial soil that flows down from the mountains of Ethiopia. That seems to be very intentional because it, really to me doesn't address what people are talking about Kemet, what that means. And then I'm kind of like, well, I like to say it like this, brother, to make it straight. We like way past that. We're looking at how people live, the type of, how did they live? How did they function? How did they think about death? How did they think about life? How did they bury people? What did they eat? How did they grow? How did they have family? How did they treat their wives and children? What did they do? As long as we stay stuck there on the Kemet means black and the ancient Egyptians were black, we'll never get beyond and to the most important kinds of things, as Deborah said, they were Africans. That's it. Now, what kind of Africans were they and what did they do and what was their life like? What was their culture like? That's the kind of stuff we need to start dealing with and getting into.
I think that's a strong point. I want to speak to that point.
I mean, if they are doing such an expert job of going through this, I don't know.
Was this the Reggie and them sides, or did we just fall into some like spaceship and end up in a void somewhere? Is it me?
I think it's a demonstration of what happens when when there's a more layers of education added to a subject matter. I'm not saying that people who study it aren't educated on it, but
there's a process of methodology too.
Yeah, there's a process.
Right? It's not just a whole bunch of enthusiasts is doing what they want, at home in the confines of their home. Like that, there's things that they have to literally do and go through to get to the conclusions that they get to. Plus, right. They have their constituents who are studying these same things, and that's something I want to speak on too, to the point of when we talk about Egyptology, right? I think some people got it confused that you only can speak on Egyptology if you're an Egyptologist, which is not true. Because it's a multidisciplinary subject matter. So you can be an archaeologist, an anthropologist, a linguist, a geneticist to speak on Egypt, depending if that's your expertise of study, And Deborah Hurd is an anthropologist, but she's definitely able to speak on it. Why the screen so small? Why y'all gotta hide me with the comments?
I like what Sosa said. I like
say it again. Go ahead, put it back up.
I like
Hey, GG, hide your face. Look, bow, get out of there.
He says, so I'm no longer having a convo around the Egyptian black or the Egyptians being black. Juvenile conversation at this point. I mean, really.
Kindergarten. It's toddler conversation, not even juvenile.
The Nile Valley Collective seems to have moved past that.
Yeah, and I think that's a important fact, right? So what do we know about the culture? Mm-hmm. What do you know about Kemetic culture besides them being black? Somebody please tell me. Because I haven't learned much about the culture from any of these platforms. discussing it because we keep arguing about if they're black or not, right? And
Yeah,
that's what they're trying to get. That like there's so much more to know. You know, I mean, as far as you want to understand the people in the area or whatnot. So like that's a roadblock in itself, just to be stuck on that. It's a sinkhole.
Yeah, but don't. I mean, some people in chat just want to get recognized, man. You know, they have no real high level conversation to add to the thing. They have nobody. You know, we've covered we ran the gauntlet at this point. The gauntlet. We ran the gauntlet. We've had Chinese Americans. We had Polish Americans, Italian Americans, African Americans, Egyptologists qualified, and they're on the same chord. And this is the nail in the coffin here. This is supposed to have been a side that would stand up and beat their chest on it. They say, basically, man, that ain't even like, really? Come on, man. If you're going to say anything, man, they're Africans, man. And she explained how it was, why they would be considered African. Then you hear people in the chat saying, well, they didn't call themselves African Negroes. Well, we understand that. And geography, which is a scientific study, geological studies, right? It wasn't in play because they had not circumnavigated the globe. The Egyptians did not circumnavigate the continent of Africa to even know it was a continent. They never even developed a whole name for the continent because they didn't know about it. They understood their world and put terms and terminology to their world. And one term that they put to their world would be Kemet, right? Which ties them to the culture of the Nile Valley. The black soil is part of the rich tradition, African farming community. We understand that wild grains came in from Asia. We understand that. But the way it was packaged in an African context. It was packaged based off of African value of understanding the study of grains. I mean, hell, Africans have been picking wild grains. You got the grinding stones to go back 20,000, 70,000, right? Grinding stones and the microliths. We know this in the Sahara. We have the archaeological record. These microliths have used the little bladelets to chop down the grains, and they process them, and they use the grinding stones. Okay? So I could say that maybe farming actually represented failure for crops to grow naturally. See, if they're not caught on who do what first, who do what second. We're not caught on that. We're not. We just not who first, you did, well, who no, human beings are safely evolved in their environment. We may not have to farm. We have the things that are already growing. We may have to farm. We have to develop a system of farming. So yeah, the name, the black land, fits the economy. They was the breadbasket of the world, and it ties them to the Nile Valley, that black soil. It was magical to them. It brought life and prosperity to them. It brought food, clothing, and shelter, and it ties them to their Africanness. So let's keep going. It ain't over with yet. Y'all think it is still popping around here.
As I remember Solange was saying, it's really true. If you know the glyphs, when you're in the Nile Valley and you walking along, you see the glyphs all around you. You see the birds, trees.
All right, let me see and get back to the sister because she wants to jump in. Let me see.
What I said was like we have the cattle code that has the sacred black bull, the Apis bull that we've been discussing with one of our friends, one of our brothers who's been delving into that work. So when we're dealing with the term, we're not. We like I said, I'm not necessarily speaking about the people. So that's why I asked, why I offered that suggestion.
Oh, they not talking about the people. My fault. I thought for the last 3 years they was actually talking about the people. Okay.
What is that?
He said he wasn't talking about the people the whole time. I didn't know that. Good to hear that. Good, glad to hear that. Let's keep moving.
Interesting.
To Joelle, to ask specifically what her inclination or what her insight was to what the term meant.
Right. Okay, I get you then. I respect that. And of course, the sacred black bull is important, but you know, the person on here whom I've learned the most about when it comes to cattle culture in the Nile Valley, as somebody who's done a lot of studying on it, and that's Shayla. And I'm not trying to pass this off to Shayla or anything like that, but you know, I always look at who are the people who really do this thing and really know a lot about it. You know, I understand the sacredness of the bull, but you know, what about the sacred cow horns that exist around all the tumuli and stuff like that? What does that mean? What do they represent? What type of cattle were they? You know, those types of things are, I think, are kind of like very important.
Right, but can we discuss the cattle culture in Egypt?
Yeah, so Robert, let me get in on what I think you're trying to get to.
See, she like to get right to it.
Right to it.
See the big gun. Let me just get right now. I think I know what you're trying to say here. I've heard enough, and let me dive in and put this together. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
So that determinative, the crossroads, the town site, is where people associated with a place, I'll say, differentiating it from, like you would say, like the cattle, the black cattle. Now, this gets back to what I was saying. What I am interested in doing, and this is probably a lifetime of research because you find stuff when you find it, is first I'm very interested in that crossroads, the origins of that crossroads. Town, yes, it's a town determinative, but when did it get to be a town?
Yeah.
When does it first appear? And is it town or is it like a crossing, like the crossroads between two different roads, like leading to somewhere, like this is where a settlement is.
Mm-hmm.
And so answering those questions, you have to take that back to like where does this appear for the first time? And what is it referencing? And then what is the archaeology associated with that area? What's happening at that time? And so it's not just a linguistic exercise. And I think that that's where we fall short. When the glyphs were deciphered, you know, it's like this means this and this means that and this means that, but it was placed in no context. It needs to be placed in historical, geographical, regional context to fully understand it, in cultural context. So getting to the Kim and the crossroads, was that a settlement that may have existed in the pre-dynastic period? You know, the only way to know that is to continue to see when does this, you know, tracing back, what's the earliest we see this appear? Kim with the crossroads. What is it referencing? Where was this found? What is going on in the area that might indicate what the cultural context of what this word, this glyph, these two glyphs together, what they actually mean? So
you see how she's actually giving her expertise in the subject. Mm-hmm. And when she doesn't know something, she says that, and how the individual we're listening to, they're speaking in absolutes. We know this what it is, and that ain't this, that, and the other. But you hear the way she's breaking that down. She's looking at time. She's looking at archaeology. She's doing a lot, and she's going to keep. Watch this. She's going to talk about linguistics in a minute to answer the question. Watch this.
So that's where I'm going with this, Robert. And so I don't have a ready answer for you, is what I'm saying. But what I'm saying, it is something that's on my mind. It's like you have that thing that's in the, well, you know, your computer, you have your computer on, but in the background, there's processes that are continuing to run. Okay. And that's a process that continuously running in the back of my head. Like when I see something, it's like, oh, that's another piece of the puzzle. And I hold on to that until I found another piece. I might not be actively looking for it, but it's running in the back of my head. So I said all that to say that it's going to be a long process, you know? So I hope that makes sense, Robert.
Yes, yes, and I really thank you for your answer. I just want, to clarify what my suggestion was dealing with the term Kemet, the Black City. Also, as stated, Kemet, the Black country or the Black nation.
Yeah, no, those political entities didn't even exist then.
Okay.
Those are modernist terms.
Okay, so I see what,
What? No, those terms didn't exist then. Those are modernist terms. See how the expert gets it straight? She's not going to sit around and debate and argue over, come on, man. Let's go back and see. Let's make sure we
also, as stated, Kemet, the Black country or the Black nation.
Yeah, no, those political entities didn't even exist then.
Okay.
Those are modernist terms.
Okay, so I see what, like I said, Dr. Sonaran, he stated that Kemet was meant the Black country. In his response to Sheikh Abdul Diop. And
man, she cooking with hot grease. She got the fried chicken popping. Oh man, wow. Hey man, Robert Rand, man. Big up to Robert Rand, man. Taking his licks, man.
Robert
in that accent. At least we can learn
Brown.
he's accent.
Robert Brown.
What I call, man, look.
So this is where at the UNESCO conference, and so this is where our discussion amongst my colleagues and my associates and this is where our discussion began about the term itself. And so I just want to be clear, and I really appreciate your answer. Like I said, even we know that Black is sometimes held as sacred and divine in Kemet. Mm-hmm. And so we know that it can have a multiplicity of meanings. Mm-hmm. And so I just want to reiterate, I didn't state that it was about the people. I said that it could be the land, or as in the soil, or and we also know of cattle. So, I really appreciate your insight, and thank you so much, Dr.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Don?
So that's interesting. They wasn't up, so Robert and them never was talking about the people. That's okay. Appreciate you, Robert, man. It's interesting, man. Hey, so there you have it. Man, y'all listening to a great show tonight, man. The experts have actually spoken on the subject.
With Afrocentric experts.
Yeah, a Pan-Africanist, all above. The option. They went and got the degrees, man. I'm sure they had a lot of things on their mind too, but they went and challenged themselves, and they understand the conversation, man. And I appreciate when the sisterhood swoop through, come through. You know what I'm saying? Where I can sit back, and the pseudo killers, the community skeptics can sit back and say, you know what I'm saying? Well, I'm just gonna look at you like.
And maybe.
Hey. Oh, where we weave when we let me stop. Man, I have a conversation in there, man. And you know what? This is the month, right? For women and for me, how I was raised for Black women, and to see the intelligence level there, see the conversation, and to see them tie Egypt back to its African container, its deep roots in Africa. You know what I'm saying? And to do it from what people would say from a white man science perspective, and to bring it home, man, we need more of that, man. Y'all go ahead and go to school, man, and do what y'all got to do. Y'all got any closing remarks, man? This was a great 2-hour show, man. Yeah, y'all ain't here the rest of the man. Look, man, I played the parts.
Yeah, they mad. They like, why don't you play the conference? I'm like,
Oh, we gotta play it. I see you want to talk about the Black People.
So we're not allowed. So we're not allowed to play. We're not allowed to do. We want. So everybody.
No, they really want us to like bow down. We want you to do this, do that.
This ain't a show about Smash, bruh.
Why you even mention his name? Let's get off that.
Yeah.
Let's get off that. Right? It's not about none of them. It's about
none of them. This is about women.
Got their degrees.
Sisterhood.
The sisterhood, right?
Of experts.
Of experts.
Celebrating Deborah Heard on the first day of
Women's
History Month. Okay.
God, y'all. I can't behave. I'm sorry, Bobby. I'll try it.
Yeah, we'll get him on the next show.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You know what I mean? Yeah, can we say what the Afrocentric scholars say? We've moved far beyond that point. Yes, we've moved far beyond that point.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, we're done.
They did say that.
They said that. No chopped and screwed. It was rewind or fast forward, but it ain't no chopped and screwed. So y'all got something better than.
I think this was a wonderful way to bring in.
It was beautiful.
We're gonna do several. We're gonna do a few shows this month.
Mm-hmm.
Women's History Month.
Got the little Pan-African flag. You know what I'm saying? We represent.
You know, just gonna represent. Yeah, so I think it's a great way to start. I'm impressed with Deborah Heard's credentials.
Yes, she's a bad member. She's bad. I'm telling you,
phenomenal.
That's phenomenal.
And chopped and screwed anything. I'm gonna keep it classy. That's just an outright lie.
That's an outright lie.
They want us to play 5 hours and get the channel knocked down.
Right.
Wants to play what they want to play. I wanted to hear African-centered people talk about the Kim.
Thank you. We don't want to hear other people. We want to hear the experts.
Yeah, we want to hear we don't want to hear all that. We don't hear nobody rapping. We don't want to hear that.
but you're Rock. You're free to go ahead on your platform and play the whole thing, and
whatever you like. Yeah, since y'all was there, but I didn't see your names anywhere.
If we don't do it, you can't.
Those who weren't there asked who were there. But anyway, also, Dr. Solange Ashby is an Egyptologist. For those of you out there who are confused, I don't know how y'all are confused because I think I already gave y'all the information. So I don't understand why people keep spinning this narrative. There are no African-American Egyptologists. There are plenty of them. So I don't know. And if they're not Egyptologists, they're still, it's a multidisciplinary. There are those other things I mentioned early. So again, stop that. Just stop. It's not a good look.
Who is this guy? Maddie Moody. What?
Telling us what to play. Talking about
Hey man, kill them arrows, man. Y'all got to kill them. I see arrows. Kill them arrows. Y'all waiting? They shot at the tank. You can't shoot at the tank.
No, we even gotta kill them because
kill the arrows. The arrows aren't allowed in the chat at all. At no time ever. That'll get you knocked off. Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Oh, y'all funny.
Shooting arrows at the tank. I'm trying to drink it off. I'm headed up. Ping, ping,
I know editing. Ain't nobody edited that. What is wrong with
Did you get that? Did you get it out of there?
I'm like, what is wrong with people?
Look, the ping, 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 ping. I'm doing like this. What?
Ping, 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 ping.
What is that noise?
Look,
ping, 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 ping.
What is that? Is that somebody with a bow and arrow outside of a scientific tank?
Stop scratching the paint. Golly.
Boom.
Boom.
And then get mad. Wow. Yeah.
Super mad.
Shooting them now. Look, I'm shooting them. Look. Boom.
Wow. Look at them.
Shooting them up now. Boom.
Wow. How dare they?
Yeah. But shout out to the womanhood, the sisterhood of experts. So now you see we have Black scientists that are on the playing field of some of these amazing discussions. So I don't want to hear about no white men science, especially when it comes to ancient Egypt anymore, because y'all dead in the water. It's called DOA, dead on arrival. Yeah.
They mad because we have diverse content and it's actually Women's History Month. You know what I'm saying? And men want to dive in and make it all messy and crazy for no reason. And so now we understand that nobody wants to listen to Black experts now. Is that what I'm hearing? Go ahead and say it. We've been saying that all along.
They definitely don't want to. The patriarchy definitely don't want to listen to the women.
Ding, 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 ding.
That is crazy, yo. Hey, look, man, this is what we doing, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Hey, man, hit them cash apps, man. Show some love, man. We did that fair use act right there, man. That disclaimer, your own materials, man. Protected by that fair use, right? No disrespect, always top level. We just want to get those African-American Black scholars out there, right? And, you know, we just appreciate the whole 9 yards, man. And, man, yo, man, oh, man, hold on. Goodness gracious. Where is my... No, I got to always throw up the DQ thing. Where is that at? God dang. Oh, man. Goodness gracious, man.
Shout out to DQ Hampton. Y'all go
got
check
a
out
book
his,
too.
Yeah, I was about to say, y'all go check out his book on bass fishing. I believe it's on Amazon.
And that's right. And we're gonna have a whole conversation around bass
fishing.
You got to talk about that.
Yeah.
We're waiting on that to go ahead and do that party we're gonna have over here with his book.
Yeah,
man, that's
book
the most
release party.
that's
Definitely,
the most
because we gotta
top-notch.
support.
Yeah, that's crazy right there. How he just did a book on bass fishing, man. That's
Because that runs in
interesting.
his family. He was taught by his grandfather
That
on
is
both
wild, yeah.
sides and things like that. So it's actually like something that's passed down through, you know, generations. And, you know, he learned and perfected the technique. And I think he talked about something about making his own lure. And I think that's so, or he already got it or something. But we'll get into that later.
Man, he thinking way outside the daggone box.
Yeah, I think that's dope. You know, especially in Florida, you know how popular fishing is around here. People only come to Florida to fish, you know. So yeah,
Man,
we'll talk some more.
This dude is out the box, yo. Do you hear me? That's out the box.
What, creating your own lures?
Right. The hell's going on?
I mean, that's
what?
That's agency. You feel me? He's trying to create generational wealth. He got a beautiful son. Shout out to nephew. He just had a birthday too. He's so adorable. So
did he?
Yeah. So yeah, creating some generational wealth. That's how we should be thinking.
Here we go. Let me hit this phone, man. Man, go ahead and support this.
Oh, I like that. DQ. Hey.
Let's talk money. Let's talk money. Let's talk money. Let's talk money. Let's talk money.
Hey.
Let's talk money.
Yeah.
Let's talk money. Let's talk money.
Yeah. Check. Look. Paper chasing, racing to $1 million. Why you right here faking for $1 million? Hit the liquor store, baby, refill the bottle. So we're getting dope from a Brazilian model. That's me. Can't copy my script, baby. I'm hard to follow. Lost City of Gold, Dallas, Eldorado. 4 or 5 packs, we gon' mix and match it. Vacuum to the one, then we send the package. Alright, incentivize. How my inner thoughts turn to an enterprise. Easy to enter her inner thighs. Boy, she hypnotized. Sadly mistaken, I've been a vibe. Plus I'm monetized. 50 to 20, 10 to the.
All right, man. Y'all know what it is, man. You know we gotta pay these bills around here. You know how we do, man. DQ Hampton, man. You know his music is always in the canons, man. And man, look, man, I got one thing to say to y'all, man. All jokes aside, man. Just one thing. Where you at, social with the army at? Where y'all at?
Every single day. Routine. Click refresh once again and I got
Hey. Cha 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 on him. Cha 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 on him.
At this point I have no clue. I gotta tell myself the truth. I just need an upgrade.
Man, upgrade y'all information, man. Y'all know what it is, man. The sisterhood in the building, man. Lady Killer's on deck, yo. Surrounded by the power, yo. You know what it is. Yeah, important flavors over here, yo. From the brown to the light. You know what I'm saying? That Nile Valley ranging in skin color. You know what it is. Y'all know that, right? The African Americans ranging in skin color. Hey, the caramel to the chocolate.
Knowing me, I'll probably be in a toxic relationship. You on top of me. If the topic is truly timeless, the conversation should be how I'm and regaining my peace. Shout out to my Virgo women cooking the feast. Got a Pisces, stay in the hood. That girl a
warships out.
Can't lie, certain Geminis ain't for me, but it's on key. Cause certain upgrades cost a fee. Yeah, so we can slide and glide. I know you want it. Known to provide the vibe, the moment. Hit the clubhouse, then clubhouse to the morning. Fall in love with the mind, the body is just a bonus. Careful with what I'm searching. Siri be taking notice. All the pictures I'm liking. Algorithm is golden. Melanated the lightness. All these women get chosen. Hershey kiss to the forehead. Yeah.
Hershey kiss.
Every single day, same routine. You click refresh once again, and I got the same thing. Tried everything I could do. At this point, I have no clue. I gotta tell myself the truth. I just need an upgrade, an upgrade. I'm out on much better than you. Yeah, shiny and new. I gotta tell myself the truth. I just need an upgrade, an upgrade. I'm out on much better than you. Yeah, shiny and new. I gotta tell myself the truth.
You know what I'm saying? When we on the live, you gotta hit it. You know, like at the game, when you on the Jumbotron,
You wild.
you look at that.
Yeah.
I ain't doing all that.
Move on.
I'm tour like you are.
Hey, man, look, man, you're listening to your host, Bobby Banger, man. We in the building, man. Community skeptics, man. Y'all already know what it is. We doing our thing, man. We keeping it tight, keeping it right, man. Having fun, man. Tripping off of the haters, man. We ain't even mad. We chilling over here, man. We in that high altitude bomber. Scientific literacy at the top level, man. Shout out to Dr. Oyamayat, man. She's sitting here, man, all day long. You know what I'm saying? Got programs. She just released her last episode of Meltrex, man. You know what I'm saying? Conscious ingenuity, man. Y'all know where to find it at, yo. Actually doing real things.
Yes.
Not just talking and cussing people out and acting wild. Bringing y'all the experts. Y'all know what it is, man. Hey, we got some anthropologists coming on. We ain't finished. We just getting started. I'm going to be on some real big channels, you know what I'm saying? Sitting down with some experts, having that high-level conversation. We moving forward, yo. We flying past them. I got to get my leg back for all that clownery, though. Oh, wait.
Coming up next.
Coming up next, y'all know what it is, man. Yo, we got to tune in, man. Make sure the troops is ready to get it and ready to go, man. I appreciate everybody. Maybe we had the stars in the building, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Yeah, see that hustler. Yeah, I'm finished. I got one more lick to go, though.
Where you get the heart from, Juju?
What?
Appreciate you.
Do the heart symbol. And it
Omar Reed, man. Commander.
Gotta get it
calling
right.
the commander, yo. He commanding them with it, yo. Mac Rob, man.
See?
Yeah, they got the arrows, yo. They in the Iron Age, yo. We in the age of space. We in the space age.
Space age African.
Put them arrows in there and watch how fast that technology get them out of there. I dare you. I'm shooting the arrow.
Oh God.
That's funny. That's hilarious.
Oh man. Oh man.
Well,
Oh man, but that's crazy, yo.
Stay tuned for more
Yeah.
content this month. Yes, we are.
Yeah, man. I ain't got hit back nothing, yo. That game was over. The game been over. You know, like zombies be walking.
Get on arrival.
Man, big up to Omar Reed, Mac Rob, man. Yo, all the stars in the building. Chef and L, Empyrean Thinker, man. Who else is in the building, man? I see you, Demand Better TV, man. Ray Black, man. Y'all all in here, man. DeMar Milton and Reggie.
Is Reggie in there? What up,
You know
brother?
Reggie there. Reggie said, talk your talk, ladies. I ain't going to argue with the ladies.
Hey, brother Reggie. It's Women's History
It's
Month.
Women's History
Get
Month,
that cash
man.
out. We need some lunch. Me and
Oh,
Lady Killer
man.
is cooking.
Oh, wow.
Me and the Black Widow. Patrick Jenkins Jr. and the Black Widow. Y'all hit that cash out. We need some lunch.
The Black Widow.
Yeah.
Hey, we go ahead strike up.
Protein shake.
Pseudo killers, man. We going.
Terrible
We hitting the
shit.
war drums.
You
Boom, 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 boom,
Uh-oh.
boom, boom. The Jets has already left the state. They already done left.
Then they drums going.
Mm.
I gotta get up 6 o'clock in the morning, man. I might delay that to tomorrow or something. Man, they tripping me out, but I'm gonna get them.
Oh man, you got everybody all ready.
Good. Go over there and listen. Wish them calling them and strike it up and make something up real quick. Go ahead.
You know, every video we do now, we get like 10 reaction videos to it. So
I know. Hey. I don't mind y'all having good content based off of great content. I don't mind that.
Right.
Keep it going, man. Hey, you know what, man? Ain't nothing but love in my heart, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? As long as I can bring, I mean, this is part of the battle, man. This part of the scars you get, right? For dealing with, I ain't gonna say it. Let me hit that button. I'm about to mess it up. Let me get out of here. Y'all appreciate it, man. Y'all know what it is.